I'm pretty sure we were playing on Heisman, which is why
I want to show us what EA wasn't showing us during the gameplay breakdown, because we got behind the scenes from Bordox himself as he was the one playing in the game, and he's showing the full gameplay that EA was editing things out. Let's take a look.
Whoever edited this video saw this disgusting move, but on the instant replay, we show the hit instead. I told you all that I'm a huge fan of the spin move though. How does he have the ball? What has happened? I feel like some context has been missing, so we're going to start at this play with the raw gameplay. And please tell me I didn't throw another interception. That wouldn't.
See, he fell in love with that spin. He even did it again here, but this is what EA edited out of the main footage. These mess ups like this.
That would not be a good look. You can see my stick work still is not pretty. I am not the best. It's good that I'm finally reviewing some of my film. And I want to point out that I held down too long on that pass meter. It caused it to go from blue to yellow, which could be a little bit more inaccurate. It's not as bad as red, but it's also probably the main reason that my running back dropped the ball. And
that is why I wanted to show y'all this video, because they didn't speak anything of this. If you throw it in the yellow, your player will just drop the ball. They made it sound like red is what you need to be worried about. It's actually yellow. So you got to keep the ball within the blue if you want to complete passes this year. Yellow is where your players will begin to drop it.
That put me on a 3rd and 11 in the 16th toughest place to play. I did not have any confidence that I was going to be able to pick this up. I think I'm starting to remember what happened now. I was on a 4th and 3. I probably put the running back on a Texas route because they work pretty well, and there it is, another drop. It's the same thing that happened to me a couple plays before. With this passing meter, all I would have had to do is just let go of it in this zone, but I held on for a bit too long, hit the yellow, and he couldn't catch it.
And stuff like that is why I wanted to talk. Seeing that lets me know for a fact that running is 10 times better than passing. The run looked at unstoppable, but a wide open pass is incomplete because you held the throw meter too long and the ball was right on their hands. I can understand if the pass was like way off target. He was wide open, the ball hit him on the hands, but the players are dropping it because he in the yellow. And everybody was saying it's rookie difficulty. Even on the lower difficulty, you're dropping open passes because of yellow, not even getting hit, nobody around you, wide open. That's going to be frustrating. But anytime you run the ball, you breaking like 4 or 5 tackles before somebody can bring you down. Running seemed way more overpowered than passing.
We looked at the catching stats. That's what got him the ball back at the end of the 3rd quarter. Up by 7 already, and that's when he pulled off this filthy run against me. That stiff arm is nuts, by the way. This was
he's
disgusting.
Putting on a running clip. Bordeaux, you got to stop something, okay?
I'm not sure what you can do to stop him, to be honest.
That is very true. He's one of the best running backs in the game, so he's definitely going to play like it. Oh, he's so smart
he
for
stacked
that.
The box. Did we get the animation? So Bordeaux comes out and says, I'm going to stack the...
I'm so confused with that. That pass was in the yellow, and it was on the sideline for a tougher catch, and the receiver had no problem bringing it home. But the yellow for the other team was fumbles and drops, even wide open without a sideline catch. I don't understand the penalty of the yellow, but it's picking and choosing, a lot of RNG.
I mean, it might be expected, but his football IQ was way above mine.
And it gives it Donovan, cuts it.
That's crazy.
And then he got in. You all are just going to have to wait to see how the second game went and then how the rest of this one went too. I was able to go out to the flat. The running back was the one player that was open a lot of the time because he was covering stuff deep, where I then came out with that amazing throw. That's where things are going to pick up here, and listen to what Donovan says.
Hey, he moving it though. I ain't gonna lie.
And so that play, you could see Field General activated to where Bordeaux could see that the outside corners were coming on the play.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. I was just staring down the route, and I was hitting the button no matter what. But Donovan said that I was moving it, though, so he was feeling the pressure of my offense that's normally terrible.
I hasn't fallen behind the chain.
Please tell me I finished this drive off. I did.
Okay.
Easy run.
Take it.
Wait, how did they cut to him taking himself out of the game? We have 2 minutes left of football. We need some context for that. I hit the extra point right here. And because I had 3 timeouts left, I was able to kick it deep to him, trying to get a stop. I don't know why they jumped to that. I guess it's because even though I tried my hardest to hold his run, I wasn't able to, even if it was looking pretty promising after this second down tackle. I figured that Donovan was going to come out and throw the ball to pick up the first down and seal the game, and that's exactly what he did. He also made sure that he went down in bounds. But there's still a minute on the clock, so he gets to use himself a little bit more. I mean, it would be so cool to use yourself in a video game. I'd be having a blast with that. And I think you all can see that I just have no answer for his rushing attack. After this play, though, he had a fun fun time with it. For the realistic aspect of it, the game's over. He needs to put in the backup. And so that's what he was doing right here. Starting on a 1st and 10, you're going to see I did take a sack.
Wear and tear, you are going to feel that.
Yes, I am going to feel that, and I think they're about to show an archetype. But going into this game, the one thing that I hadn't showcased yet was the custom route stem. So they told me beforehand that they wanted me to do that, and I was like, okay, I'll just get it out of the way on this first drive for you. But whenever smart routing's also in the game, you need to have a yardage longer than 10. So my plan for this first play was to just take a sack, and then I could show it off on the next clip, and that's what I did. It did take me a little bit to figure it out, but eventually I figured that if
look at it on the right. Look at it.
L1, you can move it all over. And a little bit to figure it out, but eventually I figured that if you hit the receiver button and then L1, you can
hit receiver button, circled, and hit L1, and down you can use your left stick to
and move it all over. And take a guess what I did after that.
My guess is you got sacked.
I stared down one specific route and threw it straight to Michigan's defense. This is not how I wanted to start this game. I literally have to win. I'm curious to see who Michigan.
Wait, that made no sense. You skill treed circle, but you were staring down square?
One specific route and threw it straight to Michigan's defense. This is not how I wanted to start.
Pulling up those hot routes, and you saw with the L1, the custom stem.
Yes.
What are people going to be able to do with those custom stems when they're doing their hot route?
Before Sykes alludes to the
that wasn't even what I did. We'll find out whether or not that's going to happen. I have the ball back, so I have a chance to get some points.
That run is so easy.
Oh, what a run.
This is called giving Donovan a taste of his own medicine.
Hey, I like the lion noise on the first down.
Also, that was my best run of the day.
Yes,
I didn't know if it was going to be possible. I mean, Michigan's defensive line is insane, but the Nittany Lions do have two monsters at running back. So looking back on this footage, I probably should have run the ball more because when I did and they didn't get a block shed, it actually turned out really well for me. There was probably something that made me go away from it though, and it might have been a stop like this. Plus, it's just a lot more fun whenever you're passing. I am not a big runner, and that pass over to the running back is going to help me get back on the board. Really appreciate the way that they cut things up just so they can explain all the features to you all. But I'm somebody that gets so curious about what happens, I can't even remember, so I feel like I have to watch it back. I mean, I clearly let him go all the way down the field, but I had him on a 3rd and 4, and I just didn't stick with him. I'm getting used to the change of direction, I guess. And playing this made me wish that I'd played a little bit more of Madden 24 and other Maddens. Not because the gameplay feels like Madden gameplay, but because it's a lot closer to what Madden 24 is than NCAA Football 14.
I'm kind of figured that one.
Mistake there, though, came before the play. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, I pressed. Why would I press his receiver like that? That was bad. I didn't align them correctly, and he had an easy touchdown. I was probably a little confused at how he got so free. Look at that Big Ten animation. I have it on a 2nd 13 on this gameplay.
What is that throw? He don't even stand a chance.
Cody, that's Cody for you too. That's Cody Jones, bro.
Wow.
Okay, we're going to break that down. I'm pretty sure we were playing on Heisman, which is why there's...
Okay, so everybody was saying the difficulty was rookie. He confirms it right here. They're playing on Heisman. Passes in the yellow going to be dropped. Running is super easy. And he don't know what he doing with the ball.
So little room for error. He put it on Heisman for his first time playing. So maybe Donovan's not a gamer, but it sure felt like he was. Anyway, I think that's why there was such a big impact whenever we would have those passes like that. Though that one should have been accurate. It was blue. I'm kind of curious why it went far away from our receiver. And I hit the...
Was you under pressure?
No,
he was wide open.
Accurate. It was blue. I'm kind of curious why it went far away from our receiver. And I hit the button when he was right here, wide open into space, but I probably needed to pass lead down. I doubt I used any pass lead, and that just led to it going straight to that corner, and then he had an easy touchdown, making it 21-7. That cannot be good for Penn State. It's going to affect the players on the field too. I came out on this drive determined to get points, getting it close again. I'm not kidding. I thought I had a few.
Running is so easy that they got him locked up. Missed one tackle, missed two tackles.
Getting it close again. I'm not kidding. I thought I had a touchdown on that play, and I guess there was that one in between, but he was showing blitz, and I just...
R1 should be... Oh, he blitzing.
Just couldn't get R1 off in time. I had him, and instead it went to an interception like that. What are the odds that Mason Graham picks up the ball in midair? I'm actually kind of glad that this clip didn't come through as well, because I'm pretty sure I said something about Penn State's passing attack just being non-existent.
Abilities.
That was a red pass.
Which is paramount to make sure that we're not really, muddying the water.
Yeah, that passing system don't make sense to me personally.
I don't think they mentioned it much, though. Ooh.
Hey. All right.
Spin move. play. I wanted to go back and highlight this play. I had the touchdown the last time, so I went back to it, but you can see the red passing meter, and like I said, it's not a guarantee that your throw is going to be off target or intercepted, but it definitely made it harder for him to catch it, and then he had to break away with his speed, but if he was slower, he wouldn't have gotten that far. Since Donovan gets the ball to start the second half, I knew that my odds of coming out on top were pretty low, but I still had to put up a fight uncomfortably passing the ball versus this Michigan defense.
What is
and
that?
If you want to have success in online head-to-head, take the Wolverines defense. I was told that it's probably one of the best ones in the game, and he was sending in blitzes. It got me to a 4th and 10. I'm not sure I should have picked this up, but I finally got a little bit lucky. All of that's what put me in the position to take this into the end zone, getting it within 14. But there is still a minute and a half left on the clock for him to score too.
There's another one, right? Hit the red. Okay, but now he's
kind of
having
behind
to
him.
turn all the way back around.
So you don't get that animation where he's moving upfield. He's going to slow down, but it's still catchable.
Exactly, but those are going to really hurt you in tight windows.
Slightly behind, but because the
red pass or not, it should have been a pick. I can't believe I threw that ball. I had the hitch wide open watching this back. I am mad about this read, and there's really no excuse for that one. I was already so shook up with the fact that I had turned the ball over as many times as I already had.
He loved that spin.
And even with the stuff they didn't include on the drive, you can see I'm panicking.
What is
I'm forcing
that?
it into nothing, just hitting buttons, hoping for the best. Because all it takes to beat me is blitzes or a lot of pressure, and even when he didn't blitz, Michigan's defensive line got in, or I just missed a pass with Drew Aller. To be fair, that one was in the yellow though, so I should have missed it, and I got off the halfback screen this time. I'll definitely take it. But we all know how this drive ends. I'm just trying to show as much fluent gameplay as I can. With 24 seconds left,
I'm glad he's showing this.
I think this is the play, because that's what I called out seconds-wise when I was reacting, and yep, I just threw it straight to him. His user was really good, and I don't remember if I gave up more points or not before the end of the first half, but I'm really hoping that I didn't, because if I did, that's going to make it 42-15.
They open regardless.
You cannot tell me that someone that doesn't play football games is going to be doing stuff like that against me. And he was trying to make it ugly. He went to attempt his first field goal, but because he had too much...
People thought it wasn't Heisman difficulty. Now we know for a fact it was Heisman. It was definitely eye-opening. My takeaways from the game is that passing looks way harder than running. You should just spam the run. I saw great defense out of Michigan, and they were blitzing. They were getting to the line before he was able to really rush for any major yards. The quarterback was under pressure constantly, but I definitely think running is the better option out of passing, especially with that roster that he had in Penn State. I don't know, man, but just looking at it from an outside in, rushing looked very easy, passing looked a lot more challenging. So let me know what y'all thinking.